Welcome back from a hopefully restful break so we can finish out and listen to the incredible two teams that we have left. The team that I have before you is from Chennai called Buildzyy team. Just some housekeeping items. You will have 1 minute to complete your elevator pitch. At 1 minute, I will be cutting you off in order to maintain equity and fairness. I will be holding up a yellow paper when there are 30 seconds remaining, and a green paper when there are 15 seconds remaining. At the 10-second mark, I will also show 10 fingers. Be aware that at 1 minute, I will be cutting you off in order to make sure that every team has a standardized experience. After this, you will be presenting your 10-minute pre-recorded video. While it is pre-recorded, we are going to be making sure that it is exactly 10 minutes. So at 10 minutes, we will be cutting that off as well. Finally, you will be allotted 5 minutes to talk to the judges, and the judges will be able to ask you questions on the product and app, the product or thing that you've designed. Given that we have 4 judges who all want to learn about the business that you've created, please make sure to keep your answers brief, allowing for each judge to have approximately 1 minute in asking and answering questions. After this is over, there will be 1 to 5 minutes to score and transition, which will leave about, in total, you will be up for 25 minutes. Our judges today are North Carolina University Senior Vice Provost, Mr. Tom Miller, co-founder and founding CEO at Next Century Spirits, Mr. Scott Boland, founder and CEO of Best Known Methods and Solution Private Limited, Dr. B. Krishnamurthy, and Chief Architect of Nuance Communications, Mr. Karan Bajaj. Finally, once again, thank you, gentlemen, for taking the time out of your busy schedules in order to judge this competition. We really, really appreciate it. Now I'm going to ask Samyukta to present her elevator pitch.
A warm welcome to everyone. You can dream, create, design, and build the most wonderful place in the world, but it requires people to make the dream a reality. This was said by the pioneer of animation, Walt Disney. There are people who have an amazing imagination just like Disney, but aren't given the opportunity to showcase their vision. Now, what if I told you you can have access to many styles of designs, connect with designers, and additionally hire builders to turn your blueprints into actual buildings and homes? Welcome to Buildzyy. We are a platform that brings architects, interior designers, and construction contractors together to make customers' dreams come true. Our app belongs to 2 categories of people. 1, professionals who pay quarterly subscription, which is a major source of our revenue, and 2, users who visit our app to look for a professional. In a few simple steps, people can accomplish what would have otherwise taken them weeks scrolling through other platforms. And that's what Buildzyy is all about, making customer journey easy, fast, and enjoyable.
Fantastic job. And now we're going to present the 10-minute pre-recorded video.
A warm welcome to everyone who's taken time out of their day to be with us. You're about to witness the innovation of the century. But before that, let me ask you a question. Have you ever seen those incredible building designs on Pinterest and wondered why you could possibly find people like that to create things like that for you? It's on the internet, so it must be existent. But in our minds, it all feels very surreal because we are only aware of the types of creations available in our city. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm sure all designs surrounding us are great. But what if I told you you could have access to designs and structures far beyond what you see in your neighborhood? Welcome to Buildzyy. We are a platform that brings architects, interior designers, and construction contractors together to make customers' dreams come true. Users can view many styles of designs, connect with designers, and also hire builders to turn their blueprints into actual buildings and homes. Why this idea, you may wonder? Well, we observed a problematic pattern in our societies and decided to address it. Great designs but no contractors, state-of-the-art material but no builders. These mismatches are common. Even in high-tech societies, people end up having to settle with one of the few options that they know of, even if they aren't completely satisfied with it. Although perfection seems impossible, Buildzyy will help you get very close. As a community filled with nothing but talent, Buildzyy will help you provide numerous options to match everyone's taste. This way, customers get 100% satisfaction as they have a wider variety of options. Bye-bye endless phone calls and back-to-forth emails. Buildzyy is here to save the day and make dreams come true.
Target market. The app inside is mainly catered towards interior designers, architects, and contractors looking for a medium to promote their services. With this app, customers have filtered access to their profiles, which will therefore increase their business. Globalization centers around increasing choices for the public. So, what better way to increase choices than this? Now, everyone has access to ideas, concepts, and designs from all corners of the world. That means you can bring the cobblestone streets of Paris to your doorstep or majestic Greek villas to your living room. As of now, no one else has created an app dedicated to making the best use of the potential in the construction, architecture, and interior design market, which makes our product all the more unique and will increase its opportunity in the market. But no competition, no business is completely free from competition, right? Of course, plenty of apps exist, like such as LinkedIn, which has over 740 million accounts. This would overwhelm a customer who is, for example, looking for a good designer to build their dream home. We believe that this shouldn't have to be such a stressful process. So our app makes finding the perfect designer, contractor, etc. so much easier with filtered profiles and users. Now that the social media issues resolved, it's time to take a look at the competitors who decide to go old school. That's right. All the classified advertisement and annoying pop-up advertisement in a completely unbiased opinion. As we're diving headfirst into a world full of technology, newspaper readers have gone down drastically. The manual labor of finding, sorting, and contacting designers can be decreased with a simple change, making everything virtual. Pop-ups are, as we said, annoying. At the same time, their trustworthiness is uncertain. A legitimate, trustworthy source that is both easily accessible and helpful takes a huge load of weight off the customer's shoulders. And besides, we have plenty of clever marketing strategies to make our product popular in the market. A vital part of our marketing strategy is to actively tackle the potential customer market on social media. Almost 4 billion people use some form of social media worldwide, which could spread our service to even more remote places. The next step is advertising. Before you call us out on hypocrisy, know that our idea of an advertisement is nothing like the annoying ones preventing you from listening to your favorite song. Short and sweet ads that promote our business will be created to both entertain and draw in an audience. This way, there is a guarantee of only positive or neutral mindsets towards our company. Buildzyy will utilize the massive digital world, which is the home to billions of potential customers, to our advantage in order to consistently attract new users and customers for the app.
Speaking of new customers, our market expansion plans allows us to slowly but steadily grow our business from the metro city of Chennai all the way to the global market. Don't worry, this isn't one of those too good to be true situations. Our revenue model is guaranteed to be effective and we have evidence to prove it. Our financial analysis showed that prospective revenue generation of our company. Our source of income comes from our users. In order to create a profile on our app, a consistent fee of $48 is required. This model allows us to be less double-minded about the decision of paying, as it is only quarterly. In addition to owning a profile, users can create additional promotions of their service and companies. Buildzyy will advertise of those companies within the app itself to increase the probability of other customers selecting their services. Every click a company gets under this advertising scheme is $2.3 for us. Now, to begin with the financials, we have our financial performance graph. In our first year, some loss is expected as we pay off our expenses, but from that, it is straight uphill climb. With our income increase steadily over the rest of the years, as our company grows, our expenses grow as well. But since our revenue will increase on much larger scale than our expense, a huge profit can be expected.
Next up is the most important part of our business, the clients. We are a subscription-based organization, meaning that clients who want an account on the app have to pay for a subscription. In the first year, we have approximately 268 subscribers. The following year, the number will double to about 555 subscribers, and then to 1,155 in year 3. These calculations are made based on the assumption that clients will renew their subscriptions every year. Now let's further discuss the revenue generated through subscriptions and other sources. Here is an account of estimated profits and losses. Our revenue is solely based on two factors, subscriptions and advertisements. The $48 we charge per subscription gets multiplied by the number of subscribers. In addition to that, the advertisements that we discussed previously will cost $0.3 per click for the companies we are advertising. So our revenue system is pretty simple yet solid. Our expenses follow a slightly more complex plan. Marketing, administration, and technical costs are part of any business. And here at Buildzyy, we always pay our dues. You might be wondering why salaries end up increasing over the 3 years. This is because as our company grows, we plan on employing more people, and thus the expenses through salary naturally increase. We have calculated our percentage of revenue as a direct expense per total revenue, therefore arriving at the estimated values you see in front of you. This next table represents our financial position. Our share capital increases each year to cover up our additional expenses. Our reserves and surplus estimates are calculated by subtracting the previous year's reserves and surplus from the current year's profit after tax. Platform development refers to the amount used for developing the app.
And to wrap the financials up, here's a final table that projected cash flow. This gives you a clear picture of how our money goes in and out. In the first year, as the company is fairly new, it is expected that the profit after tax results in loss. In year 2, however, things start looking up as the profit after tax is at a steady increase from year 2 to year 3. Capital expenditure, or CapEx, is the amount of money we spend on fixed assets. Since CapEx is an expense, cash ends up flowing out. But this difference is made up in our equity infusion, which is the initial investment. As you can see, the net cash generated shows the sum of all these three categories: profit after tax, capital investment, capital expenditure, and equity infusion. The opening balance is the net profit of the previous year. Once you add the current year's profit to the amount, the result is the closing balance for that year. All in all, although Buildzyy pays are due whenever necessary, all of those can be considered as an investment towards the company's growth. According to our game plan, our business will go through huge growth spurts within the initial few years of our launch. But we need your help to make this happen. Your expertise and knowledge of the business world could help us make our product reach incredible heights. So we conducted a survey for the architects, interior designers, and contractors, and these are the responses we got from them. In conclusion, the Buildzyy team is the only group that can make something like this happen. Why? Because our combined skill set can rival that of many highly successful businesses. Samyukta, she keeps the team caught up with the current affairs in the business world, which results in strategic planning on how to tackle the market. With plenty of innovative ideas up her sleeve, Prinish's contribution keeps the customers happy as always something new and creative to look forward to from our business. Ashwin's clever marketing tactics help us to spread the word about our company on various platforms, and his efforts to draw numerous customers to our product. An ardent artist, Harshika's personal experience with design gives the team an edge on the creative side. Her eye-catching designs make the product appealing to all customers of all ages. A monetary mastermind, Ritesh monitors the financial front of a product. His knowledge of finance helps the team optimize our income. The five of us possess an incredibly diverse set of talents that fuel this project. A perfect balance in our team's chemistry has resulted in a product that is unlike any other, which is why you should invest in us. The Buildzyy team will build its way to the top. Thanks.
Fantastic job, everybody. And now for our Q&A, I am going to let our first question be asked by Mr. Miller.
Thank you for a great presentation, team. I have tried to understand, so the subscription model is for the service providers, right? The architects, the builders, the designers, and it's free to the users, the customers. So what is going to attract those users that you've got to have a large user base to provide value for your subscription payers, your service providers. What is going to attract a large number of users to justify the subscription cost as compared to existing platforms like Pinterest, Houzz, etc.?
As you've seen, our subscription fee is $48, which some people think is really high. But if you think about it, there's not a lot of services around which actually offer this. There are no construction websites or companies where people can go to get their services. So that's why even though $48 it would seem a little bit high, it's quarterly, which would be paid every 3 months. So
yeah. So in case you're going for a social media page and you're looking for an architect, it's gonna take you a while, and you will have only limited number of people to search for. In our app, we have everything sorted out so that when you enter our app as a user, you can select the category called an architect, and you can look at their profiles and which suits your building or the design you've chosen. You can right away text them and get in touch with them. It's as simple as that.
Thank you.
All righty, our next judge is Mr. Bolin.
Yeah, my question had to do with the bundling of all the different services together. So the idea is you have architects and designers and builders all together. What is it when you talk to potential customers that made you feel that having them all together was an advantage as opposed to going to specialized websites for each one as it's currently done today?
I think it's easier when you look into our app, then you rather search for the specific person, because in our app you have numerous amount of people to search for, and you have a lot more people, so that you can keep your mind open to all the designs and not just strictly specify yourself.
We also help construction contractors and architects to mingle with each other. So it's not only interface between the construction professional and the users, it's also interface between each other. So it'll compile all of them together and help help and give each other the best of the best of.
Fantastic. And Dr. Krishnamurthy.
Yep. Team, it's a great idea, aggregation of this kind. I don't have a question, but I have comments to make. Validating the professionals who enroll, how do you ensure that they are of high quality, number one. Number two, other than the subscription, you are not factoring a revenue out of the order they book between the customer and the professional, between an architect and the user who is building a house. Are you looking at levying some percentage of the charges what they are doing? Once they come in, the platform doesn't play a role. Is that viable model in the long run? These are questions you have to think and then find the answers. I just want to leave those thoughts with you.
Yeah, about the verification part, I like to say a thing, because as far as the professionals, we get their profile verified, and only then they'll be able to have an official page in our app. We don't just let them have a page. It's strictly restricted. And yes, sir. I hope that answers the question.
Is this operational already?
Yes, sir. It's
Okay.
available on the net.
Okay.
Alrighty, Mr. Patel, if you have any questions.
Yeah, sorry, my internet flicked out, so I'm not really on the best medium. But my question that I noted down from before the presentation that I saw was basically, did you, I'm just curious why you guys chose this idea, and why hasn't somebody done this before? Can you hear me okay?
Sir, can you repeat the question? At the beginning of the question, lagged a little bit.
Sorry, the question was, what prompted you guys to choose this idea, and why has this not been done before? Did it come through, my question?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, it did.
Yeah, yes, sir. This is because we've chosen specifically this field of people because when you look into the internet, the most demanded field and the field that people want help from, like the most people want help from the construction people, and they're in high demand. Especially these three categories that we've chosen are in high demand in the society. So that is the reason we've chosen these three categories of people.
Alrighty. That concludes our time. Thank you so much to this incredible team, Buildzyy. Judges, you will now have around 4 minutes to score. We did go a little bit over time for questions, so I just ask that we go relatively, you don't have to go fast, but just go relatively quickly. Thank you very much.